All right, folks, last part of chapter 7. Okie doke. So now we're going to take a look, analysis of cash flows. Okay, so basically here what they're getting at is comparing the cash flows to others over time. Okay, so usually when there's some sort of fraud, notice what they say right here. Financial statement fraud often creates an unexpected and irreconcilable difference between income, cash flows, and especially cash flows from operations. So what they're getting at here is that all of a sudden you'll say, so this is not a whack and it's not going to balance. That's what they're getting at. Okay. They also mentioned non-financial numbers. Most of them can be checked independently. So they're talking about number of employees, how was the weather, production facilities, retail outlets, production capacity. So again, you could use these to see whether performance has been effective. Like sometimes you'll dollar sales, dollars per employee, stuff like this. Okay. They might also even take a look at year-over-year sales, things along these lines. So some research has taken a look. It says only a minority of auditors use information for testing. Okay. It says here, presence of high fraud risk alone is insufficient to increase consideration of inconsistent, non-monetary, non-financial measures. Okay. So non-financial measures, I guess there's some opportunity there, but it's not used that much by auditors. By the way, a little bit about deterrence. It's more complex than asset misappropriation, right? And I would say to a degree, much more impactful because of everything that's going to happen. By the way, 89% of the frauds, check it out. CEO, CFO. Well, that's just scary as hell, isn't it? And again, why? Because they can override the internal controls. Makes sense. Here they talk about how to reduce pressures to commit financial statement fraud. Well, first of all, those pressures happen in business. So I'm not sure. Some of it, establish an oversight board. So I don't know that they're actually trying to reduce the pressures here. Talking about appropriate conduct. Avoid setting unachievable or unreasonable financial goals. Well, folks do this all the time. I guess what I'm getting at here, they're talking about reducing pressures, and I'm not really sure that that's always compatible with business. Okay, notice like this here. Discourage excessive external expectations of future corporate performance. So, are you suggesting we tell them, well, we might not do so well? I understand this, but the results are the results. And anyway, so I guess some of it makes sense, but take it for what it is. Okay. Reduce the opportunity, be accurate, monitor things. Physical security system for company assets, tools, things like that. Divide important function, sharing control of an area. So segregation of duties. Accurate personnel records, background checks, promoting enforcement of accounting procedures, clear and uniform accounting procedures with no exception clauses. So again, if you have these things in place, again, internal controls of a sort. Okay, strong values. Here they're talking about rationalizing financial statement fraud. I guess. Strong values, clearly defined prohibitive behavior. I mean, these are all things we've heard about before. Truthfully, if somebody's committing financial statement fraud at this level for this amount, that it's not immaterial. I don't know if this is just about pressures. This sounds kind of predatory to me. Okay. Anyway, folks, that's it. Kind of a long chapter there. Kind of one of my favorites. But anyway, that's it. You're just about done with this class. Hope you do real well on that final exam. Talk to you soon.